The next voted upon one is here for Trailers Revisited, and that is Star Wars The Force Awakens, the teaser trailer. Remember how excited we all were when this trailer first came out? Oh man. It's so back! Oh, what a long ass wait! Was there more?
Wait a second. JJ was the new hope.
Oh man. Well guys, I put out in our community post and on Patreon, which title would be better? Trailers Revisited or Trailer versus the Movie? Trailers Revisited got the most votes on the community page here on YouTube, but on Patreon, Trailer versus the Movie did. Going through all the comments, I realized it's really just a case-by-case basis. Sometimes these are gonna sound a little bit more like a revisited, where we're reflecting on, oh yeah, I remember how different it felt the first time to watch this. Of course, still doing some of the versus the movie comparing it. And sometimes it's gonna be a little bit more obvious, like Suicide Squad, where it's very much a trailer versus the movie, breaking down how hyper different it is. Something tells me this one will be more of a revisited type of video, but I think it's just safe to say we're keeping the title Revisited for now. But who knows, might change it. I'm indecisive.
There has been an awakening.
Oh, it's been so long.
Have you felt it?
So long since I've seen this trailer.
God, remember that?
Remember we all thought Finn would be the Jedi?
And everyone was
like, Black Stormtroopers, what? Wow, I still get chills. I still get nipple chills. Kinda crazy. Not in the movie!
Oh.
And the light.
Oh, I remember seeing that shot in the theater.
What a perfect teaser trailer.
Yeah.
What happened?
This literally is like the pinnacle of potential. You're just like, wow.
A lightsaber sound.
Yeah.
Oh, been a long time since I've seen that trailer. My God.
We really have come a long way.
I mean, this is the trailer that blew up Tyrone Magnus. He was already getting popular, but this was the one that really skyrocketed him. Remember that? Being featured on all those
on the news
and stuff. I remember Red Letter Media's video making fun of reactors for this one. One of their best videos ever.
Oh my god! Oh god! I gotta play with my Star Wars toys! Oh god!
Trailer that launched 1,000 viral videos.
Yeah. It feels like this is forever ago. Considering the trajectory, considering Daisy Ridley's latest comments of what happened to all the love that we once had? What happened to all the hope and excitement that everyone had for this? It's sad, I mean, because like Force Awakens came out and that was good. That was serviceable. When I rewatched it leading up to The Last Jedi, and I watched them all in chronological order, it wasn't as good as I remembered it being. But it was still fun. It was fine. This was like the thing that was instilling so much faith, and who would have thought that it would be the trilogy here that would make people go, the prequels weren't that bad.
I know, right? Well, that's the thing, is eventually we'll get another, couple installments of an official canon of some kind, and then we'll have a renaissance where we look back and go, those sequels, they weren't that bad. They were pretty alright. But yeah, like, this is fascinating because this is like the perfect blend of things. You have obviously some really new imagery to start off. You're in this like really POV situation with the stormtroopers, which is a place that we, up until this point, I don't think ever went. Like, just in the ship, making them actually look cool and badass. And then yeah, you have Finn, you have Rey, you've got just this promise of like, oh yeah, this all looks like Star Wars stuff, but it's new and it's fresh. And then we go into, stuff that we know already.
It's funny because like the nostalgia here with some hints at new characters, but this trailer still primarily leans into nostalgia. It's funny how nostalgia ultimately became its demise too.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's the thing is like it's all here because you have like it's literally nostalgia, but with something new like popping out. It's like Finn is inside the nostalgic suit, Rey is in a nostalgic desert on some kind of junk vehicle, and then we have the nostalgia over X-wings getting on a fight, in a.
Well, then even the BB-8 was like some people at first. Most people, I wouldn't say most, but I remember there were some who were like, "Is that R2D2? Is that a new upgraded R2D2 model?" But then those in the know knew that it was completely different droid at the time. But then also hearing like the voice of the new villain,
There has been an awakening.
Snoke, overlapping this, and that Kylo Ren shot's not in the movie at all. And then come to think of it, it's a great shot. And come to think of it, I'm like, I don't even know where that shot would make sense.
Because you look at the rest of it and you're like, what's he looking at?
Yeah.
Is there anybody there?
Yeah, is that like a deleted scene that I have just never stumbled upon this entire time?
It's the moment where he's working himself up. He's like, okay, you gotta be as scary as possible when you actually do run into them. So maybe we'll crouch down. He's just practicing his, because he's not that bad of a guy yet in the first movie.
Yeah.
He's still trying to prove he's the big bad.
I guess the weird thing about going back and watching this specific trailer, it's effective. It's still so effective. Like I was getting chills. I think the immediacy of watching is so great still, and it's still thrilling. I feel like anytime I watch this trailer now, it's just going to be followed by what has become since this movie has come out. The shifts in the business with Star Wars. Like, you had Rogue One, you had Solo, the relationship that's formed with like how Disney has treated Star Wars, and then of course just the trilogy itself, how we were all so excited and thought that this would be the one that really did it, and then you kind of just watch this, like it went like up here to here to here, like somewhere there,
like plateaued in some kind of weird no man's land in the middle. Where it's funny to me because this movie, Force Awakens, isn't arguably the most beloved Star Wars movie, but it does, as the reboot, manage to be the most, like, pretty good. It's satisfying to everybody. It's mostly nostalgic. It's not too out there, and judging by the harsh reactions to going a bit out there after that and then having to clean that up, it seems ironic now that the one people dogged for not being that original is probably the one people would return to and have the best chance of liking still. And it also has all that promise too, and this trailer doesn't even have it. And it's funny to me because I wasn't even thinking of it up until right this moment, but I was like, oh, you've also got the original cast returning, that promise back before any big plot spoilers, any life events happened. You had Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford back, and like the fact that you don't even have that here is fascinating to me because you just get the Falcon. Like the Falcon's the main piece of the old cast that you get. It goes back to the puzzle box, and it's the bummer about the puzzle box is when you make a puzzle box like this, like it's the teaser, and I love the format of the teaser especially because this is enough to sell me on a Star Wars movie. It's the atmosphere, it's the intensity, it's the spirit. After that I can go in cold. I don't know, it's something about the way that this dresses this puzzle box up so beautifully, and there was no plan. It's like it's such a weird thing to think about now because the trailer does get you completely excited to watch this movie and to embark on a new trilogy and to have that magic back.
And in all honesty, I think this teaser trailer is more exciting than the movie. Like I'm not even factoring the trilogy. I'm talking just The Force Awakens. I think this teaser trailer is more exciting than the film itself.
It's like that tension between like the dark spaces and like little images has so much more dynamic than just like, this is kind of familiar.
When all said and done, I don't hate the trilogy. I really don't. I like Force Awakens. I like Last Jedi. And I flip-flop between Rise of Skywalker.
There's tons worth appreciating at very least.
Just kind of sad to know, because fandom factors in so much to Star Wars. To think of like, oh, remember when the fandom was like on board? And now it's just like, oh crap. Talking about Star Wars is such a touchy subject now.
And it makes me wonder if there's a future at all for the main episodic Star Wars, because you think now, like, the main creator had complete control for the prequels and that didn't go over great, and then we gave it to like a new gatekeeper for the sequels and that didn't go over great, so maybe we should just leave it where it is, because we can only all agree on the original trilogy.
Alright guys, well, how does it make you feel to go back and watch this trailer? Leave your thoughts down below, and also make sure to tell us what else you'd like us to do a Trailers Revisited for. Each one brings a different kind of discussion. Subscribe, click that notification bell to get notified whenever we got a video up. Last but not least, TJ and JN. Gonna give 2 shout outs here, and to make this happen, we thought we've known some patrons for a while, so it'd be fun if they met. So John wrote a little scene of TJ and JN meeting each other. I call TJ.
All right, then I'm JN. Here we go. TJ Trackus and JN Valente sit across the table from each other.
Are you gonna eat that?
Who's asking?
I am.
And who are you?
Well, I'm TJ, a patron of the Real Rejects. Who are you?
Well, I'm JN. Or at least that's what other human beings call me, although when you really get right down to it, what's a name? Coming and going like ships in the night with such frequency, what matters the nomenclature?
Interesting. So what does JN stand for?
Who wants to know?
I do.
And who are you?
Well, I'm TJ.
Interesting. And what does that stand for?
Who wants to know?
I do.
And who are you?
Well, I'm JN. Or at least that's what other human beings call me, although when you get right down to it...
Interesting. And what does that stand for?
The 2 lock eyes, staring unblinkingly at one another. Well, it would appear we'd have ourselves a Mexican standoff.
That can't be what it stands for. Also, that turn of phrase is sort of outdated.
Fine. On the count of 3.
1,
2...
3.
Jungle
Jujutsu.
Nuts.
Street
now.
Jeans.
Jack
Tom
Nicholson.
Jones. This is getting us nowhere.
You're right.
Well, if you can't beat him...
Join 'em. And that's how TJN Vitracte was born. So, you know.
You have a future, John.
These guys are gonna have very memorable meetings, I tell you what.